Life doesn't come with a grading rubric.
Unmarked is an open conversation between two international teachers meddling through their life, love, and purpose far from home.
No edits,
No filters.
this is Unmarked.
Hello. Welcome back to episode 2 of your favorite podcast, Unmarked. Here we are.
Season 2.
Again, back on the couch. Miss Carol, how are you?
This week has been crazy. It's our first week of school. And obviously going back to school meant that it was chaos.
Well, good chaos. I feel like everyone was so rested. You can feel it.
Definitely. Students are definitely rested. They came in super hyped.
True. Yeah. But I kind of like that because they were still manageable. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
honeymoon phase right now in class.
Definitely.
Let's wait for 2
Week
weeks.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, week
then-
3. That's when everything
Yeah.
goes.
But also I feel like teachers also rested.
Yeah.
We still have energy to talk to each other.
Everyone's
in the hallways.
fresh.
Yeah. When we buy coffee, we can chit chat. But again, week 3, 4, don't talk to me.
Look, it's a very productive week.
True.
However,
Yeah.
after one of our meetings the other day, where I had to basically sit in and hear what's the plan for the term from the head of school, shall I just say that it will be a very busy term?
It's always like this. I think term 4 actually my favorite and not favorite at the same time because it's like you do much, you see results quicker, you have built connection with the kids, and then there are a lot of events happening too.
With surprises.
Good surprises.
I wouldn't call it good surprises,
I hate
but
bad
let's
surprises.
just follow the flow.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to overthink and stress and think that, okay, what is there for me?
Yeah.
Week by week, slowly, step by step.
But actually, I've just spoken to Nika as well about a change in perspective. I feel like previously, I keep on thinking that during term time, basically you wake up and your whole life revolves around going to school to work.
Yeah.
But I want to change that. Going to school to work is just part of the day. Yeah.
I have exactly same.
So you still have the morning
Yeah.
and the evenings.
Yes, I feel like I am alive. I have life.
Well, she had an experiment. You should tell us how it went this week.
I'm a bit rebellious, to be honest. I told already that I want to try coming to school at normal times. And at some
Meaning
point,
my time. I'm normal.
Well, yeah, but last 2 days I was coming in later than you.
Yeah.
And
That was
then
surprising.
I was like, ooh.
Cheeky.
But yeah, like you said, maybe it's because of spring. Finally, we can spend more time outside. I started doing Pilates, trying to go for a walk, taking a longer way home so that I can enjoy the fresh air. Though, not today.
We woke up. Our weather forecast says snow is expected to stop soon. I was like, huh?
Stop? What do you mean? Was it snowing?
And then it was snowing.
Yeah.
Pretty heavily.
Sometimes I'm happy that we have this fresh air because Europe already 20 degrees, like 17, 20 degrees
So very spring.
already. And
Okay.
you kind of miss this gap. I would rather have some fresh air. Well, definitely not snow, but it is what it is. Merry Christmas. Merry Crisis. Have you seen this
Merry
video?
crisis. What? No, I
I'll
haven't.
show you later. Refreshed. It's week 1 done. Nine to go.
more to go.
9 to go. I'm excited.
I am too.
Still.
And I'm very excited about my evenings too. We've been laughing about it, but I've been skating down roads with 8-year-olds on scooters
Yeah.
and rollerblades
And you have to fight for the area.
with teenage boys on like big bicycles.
But I
It's
told
hilarious.
Carol, we should go to the park and I will be like your mom, letting you play, watching you skate.
And we wanted to do that today until
Yeah.
it snowed.
Yeah.
But let's see.
Let's see.
If the ground dries up, we can.
Let's see. In Mongolia here, spring is a bit ugly, to be honest.
Yeah.
We don't complain.
Yeah.
We're still on the way to enjoy it, but again, week 3. Oh, do you want to tell about our challenge? Our big challenge? In science, we have units of plants, and we decided to plant not plant, but germinate the bean.
Yeah.
My assistant bought the bean, like kidney beans, and
And I suggested a challenge. I'm like, let's plant that and
Yeah.
let's see whose germinates first.
yeah, and well, we are kind of in. Did
We
we
had-
decide on the gift, on the prize?
Coffee, right?
Well, but that's everyday kind of thing. Okay, special coffee.
Coffee beans. I don't know. What?
Then we plant coffee beans. We are still working on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, coffee is fine. Coffee.
Coffee. Just for
yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
And we had different strategies. So I
Yeah.
soaked the beans.
Yeah.
Did you?
Not really, but when I put the towel there, which I didn't do last time with towel, I did with cotton balls.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's
I've always
gonna work.
used tissue, so I
Really?
think it's gonna work.
Let's see. We're gonna keep you updated.
I wanted to put mine on the heater,
Yeah.
but then she stopped me.
Heater, I think too
Maybe
hot.
too warm.
See, I worry about you. Or maybe not. Maybe that's my strategy.
Oh well.
So, we are today actually having a very interesting topic.
Mm-hmm.
Still connected to traveling.
traveling, yeah.
That says a lot about us as personality, and that we will talk about traveling even when we are not traveling. I showed Carol the part of my favorite sitcom, How I Met Your Mother, the episode where the main character basically was trying to date, go on dating, and he would meet a lot of people, and then within time you understand that some people carry suitcases or baggage with different labels on it.
I like the concept of it. It was
Yeah.
literally bags with words on.
It's a nice shot. It's very beautiful because there was a moment when he obviously had a bit bigger baggage. He was left at the altar, which I think is very hard to move on from.
That's sad.
And then she said the phrase, "It's okay, I can help you carry it." Then they showed the picture of all strangers and all of them carry their own bags. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. I suggested this as a kick-off for today's topic.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell about the topic?
I find this to be so creative, like our previous episode. So this episode will be titled Emotional Baggage Claim.
That is so cute. I feel so artsy.
Yeah, it is art. Everything is art.
Yeah. Okay. So the baggage we carry.
And discussing the parameters around that, and as usual, going into some dating elements.
We'll have a little game as always. I kind of like that format when we
Yeah.
have a bit of a game. Here we go. Buckle up.
This is Unmarked.
So, because in this video there was a literal picture of suitcases, I think it would make sense if we start talking about our suitcases when we go traveling. We had a chance to see each other in the airport.
It was
Such a, I swear, in Yan, you know, in a good way.
I was there fully backpacker style.
Whilst me,
And
like,
then she was so elegant with her bag. Nothing was beside her, but you checked in.
yeah, I checked in. So, if you would have the baggage, would your suitcase, I mean the emotional baggage, would your suitcase be big, small, elegant, backpack?
I think it would be a backpack because that's really how I like it to be. For example, this trip, I only brought 5 kilos with me.
That was crazy.
Yeah, but the lighter it is, the more you get to experience the present moment. And that counts even with emotional baggage. Yeah.
For me, if I can check in the luggage, I would always do. Because for me, if I go traveling somewhere, I want to feel comfort.
Okay.
Wearing my silk pajamas, I want to have my shampoo that I use at home. So for me, it goes actually comfort.
Toothpaste from home, not the airport one.
Who starts now, Miss Carol?
That is the goal, to have just a backpack.
That would be my goal too. I could do that, but I would be so cranky. I would be like, oh no, I washed the hair with hotel shampoo. Now my hair is this and that. I know it's my thing. It's my problem. But yeah, I think I'm just getting old grandma vibes. Like, I need to travel with my pillow. You never know what kind of pillows you will have in a
You
hotel.
bring your own pillow.
The small one, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Is it red
Oh,
flag?
gosh. Yes.
I bring the steamer. I bring my steamer for clothes. It's like
Okay.
very teeny tiny.
All right.
Because you never know, whether the hotel will have iron or not. Oh, she's judging me. You can see it in her eyes. She's like, why am I still here with her?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think when we go traveling, we would have to discuss in advance.
Yeah. I just use stuff from there. I find it very amusing to go into a local shop and purchase their daily necessities, like shampoo, this and that. It is part of the experience.
But do you trust that your hair won't fall down?
I just bring one item that I'm used to. So in my case, it's the conditioner.
Okay.
Yeah.
In my case, it's the whole wash bag. But anyways, we're not judging. We listen and we don't judge. I'm just old. Let's admit the fact. Have you ever paid extra for your luggage?
No, never.
Even when you moved here. Yeah.
My dad was with me, so we had two luggage.
I hate the airports when you check in. It's always so stressful.
Which part?
When you check in your luggage.
Okay.
And then, because I feel like those waits in the airports, they are not always true. It's either...
It is pretty sensitive.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, don't give me the headache already.
But at the same time, I think this alone is a baggage in itself. The reason why I don't like to check in is because I don't trust the airlines necessary, and I would be very nervous, as in, if you have a transit, will my bag eventually reach my last point of destination?
Yeah, then it's pretty screwed.
Okay, we mentioned about the sitcom, and well, the key point of this video is about emotional baggage, not literal baggage.
Yeah.
What would your label be?
Overthinking.
Overthinking.
Like generally. Too much.
Okay.
Not necessarily needed. You?
I am self-sufficient.
Wait, is it bad or good?
I think it's bad because you don't necessarily accept anyone's help.
It's like, I can do it myself. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can do it myself. Anything.
You can. But if I suggest, Carol, do you need help? Okay, the other day, you were not feeling well.
Oh, dental appointment.
Dental appointment, right. And then I'm offering if you need my help. And then I felt like you would slap me if I would be next to you.
How can she help?
Yeah, but in my case, I'm like, okay, I don't know, make you some soup or something. Let me just offer. Maybe you need to go to the whatever. But this is what you say.
I did see that. Okay, she really wants to help. And I was trying to rationally think, do I have something that I need help with, but I have none?
Do
and
laundry?
She offered, because I'm like, she can't help me brush my teeth.
Yeah. No, you could say foot massage.
Foot massage.
Or come clean my apartment.
When she suggested, maybe I'll bring tea, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
Anyways, that would make sense for you. But do you want to change that or get rid of this label?
I don't think it's necessary to get rid of it, because all I have to understand is that, on top of being self-sufficient, which is a good trait to have, you just need to also know how to accept help when you really need it.
Yeah, exactly. But does it piss you off when I offer you help?
No.
Okay, that's...
In fact, I was searching for something for you to help. But I was genuinely thinking, I don't think I really need help. It's not that big of an issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
good.
yeah.
Then I don't think it's bad then.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad.
It's like independency sort of thing.
Yeah. Your baggage could have multiple things inside. And in mine, I guess from season 1 as well, the main topic is that I want to get rid of this A+ student label.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's okay to screw up,
Yeah.
I don't have to meet that perfect expectation every time.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about this in the previous episode about the type. That, she's my type or he's my type. Which I think there is not such a thing. I mean, yes, there are patterns, but we are all mixed up inside. You can't say you're just A+ student.
Okay. Yes, correct.
Yes, you are.
It's just one facade of many.
Yeah. Because then when it's vacation, this A+ student goes surfing and doing some reckless stuff.
it helps to challenge the label
Yeah.
that you have for yourself,
True.
which is
Okay.
fun.
Well, definitely.
What other things would you have inside?
In terms of the emotional baggage.
Yeah.
Ooh, I realized that recently I'm really triggered of where I come from.
Okay.
And I think it would not be such a big deal if I would not react that much.
Okay.
So, for instance, my friend recently, she went traveling and she's also Ukrainian. And she shared the story with me how she was traveling. And I swear, at the moment she was telling me her fears, and again, if I tell you now, you won't understand it. You would say, what's the big deal about that? But I always have this fear. And no matter where I go, I put my passport in the custom and the check-in. It's always this heartbeat rush. And then I'm just there praying to hear this clicking sound of the stamp. Then you're like, no matter what happens, I'm safe. So I feel like that will be my baggage, that regardless of what people say to me, I would always refer and I would always say, well, you don't know my story, you don't know where I come from, which I think people don't need to know that.
I don't think people should say that they understand, but they can see why you would feel that way.
Yeah, true.
Because it's not fair for them to say that they understand
Yeah.
if they're not in that shoe.
I don't think it's something negative, but I would like to kind of, brush it off.
Do you ever come to a stage where you have the sense of security and you know that you will be safe?
I don't really think so. Because even now, thinking in the future, I want to keep my citizenship and I don't want to change that. But at the same time, I think it will always be this little fear and little trigger inside of me.
Yeah.
So, all right.
I feel like whenever you're triggered by something, it definitely touches upon something inside you, right? And for me, that's inefficiency. When I see something or someone doing something that is really too slow, then I've already thought about what they're gonna say, like 2 steps ahead. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But then it's this A+ student.
Yeah, I cannot stop myself
perfectionist.
from thinking ahead, but I can't stop myself from saying anything, so I just don't say anything.
Yeah. I think it's a teacher trait to think ahead, to plan ahead.
I think so.
When people start saying something and you already know what
Yeah.
they want to say.
And just indecisiveness or the lack of self-awareness, it triggers me a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where I am. I don't know. Like, I don't know. You have to decide, okay?
Yeah.
And know what is the socially right response. I don't know. Have you seen people who are very willing to put others in discomfort
Yeah.
because they just don't know that they're putting them in discomfort?
Yeah. I then take it personally. Then
Okay.
I overthink.
Okay.
Because then I think, oh, well, how can I help? How can I change? How can I...
Yeah. Your thoughts would go into overthinking
Yeah.
about them or about the situation.
About the situation. I would feel uncomfortable, definitely, immediately. And I would try to fix it. You?
Yeah, I think I will fix it, but I will silently curse that person. I'm like,
Oh.
how could you not
Of course.
realize that?
Yeah. I think this is a talent from some people to really don't care. They don't understand it.
But I don't know, does it come from a people-pleasing mindset too? Because we know what people want and therefore we act in a certain way. And in another perspective, you could argue that they are showing individualism, for example, because they don't really care.
Do you think you're people pleaser?
Definitely.
Yeah. I think so too. Do you think it's bad?
To a certain extent. But come on, like people live in groups. So it's a community. You cannot survive if you don't know how to get your people.
True. But, there are lines that we won't cross. The other day, I've heard someone told this, that my voice changes based on who I'm talking to. And that, for example, when I go to the store and whoever is talking to me, I know they don't speak fluent English. I would try to make it easier for them. I would show that I understand, even if I don't really understand. It's people pleasing, right?
But it's also being able to put yourself in their shoe and think
Yeah.
from their perspective. Because I've seen this a lot when traveling. People who can speak English think that others can speak English naturally.
Yeah.
So they just slow down their words,
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
that
yeah.
they would understand. But if I speak Chinese to you and you just don't understand Chinese, slowing down wouldn't help you
No.
understand.
No.
Actually acting it out, pointing would help.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I see travelers doing that, and even sometimes acting a bit aggressive, like they are irritated by the fact that people don't understand you, excuse me, you're in
Yeah.
someone else's land, learn their language.
Yeah, true.
Be tolerant.
Yeah.
You know.
That's why I would be like,
Try to be
yeah.
friendly.
I try to kind of fix the discomfort. I think that's a me problem.
But I think social awareness is a good trait to have.
Are you giving me a compliment?
Yeah. I really don't think it's a bad thing to do that. But people pleasing in the sense where you're agreeing to something, even when it doesn't help you in any way or even puts you in harm's way, that is people pleasing that
Yeah.
should be gotten rid of.
True.
Yeah, for example, if you're already sick, someone expects a night out. Saying no to that, thinking that it would jeopardize your friendship or anything, I don't think it's healthy if your friendship suffers from you saying no to that.
True.
Yeah.
Well, that's really therapy talk.
Or just saying no at work.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's still difficult for me.
Looking back at my first 2 years of teaching, the reason why I was so stressed was because I was saying yes to everything, to everyone. So you need my help doing this. Yeah, sounds interesting. That-
Yeah. Also because we don't just say, yeah, I will help you. We also say other words like, wow, that's a nice idea. People pleasing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that.
You just have to learn how to say,
No.
wow, that's such a great idea.
No.
Well, I don't have the capacity to do it right now, realistically.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Our podcast is also connected to dating. If you're in a relationship with someone, what is this stage when we would start talking about our baggage? For example, in our friendship, I don't think we really had time to sit and unpack our baggages,
Yeah.
like having a direct conversation. It just, I think, happened fluently,
As it
like
goes.
naturally,
Yeah.
right?
As it progresses.
But in a romantic relationship, should you have the talk? Or it should also come naturally?
I think if the baggage is going to affect the marriage, for example, the fact that you've been married before,
Yeah.
right?
Or kids.
Or you have kids, or you have a certain
Addiction.
expectation or addiction.
Yeah.
Well, those matters, I think you should be upfront about it.
Mm-hmm.
But things like having a people-pleasing baggage, those are things that you would find out as you get to know that person.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to unpack it over a cup of coffee.
I have a cheeky question.
Uh-huh.
What is the baggage that will be a deal breaker for you? I asked that question
I think-
deliberately because she has a story to share again.
I think any form of crime that goes beyond a speeding ticket.
Yeah. Have you ever got a speeding ticket?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Fast and Furious. Carol.
Fast and Furious.
What did you do?
I went over the speed limit on the highway. Why not?
See, you're
That
not A+
happens.
student all the time.
Yeah, that happens. I used to get nervous, but honestly, now if I get it, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just pay it.
It's not too much. I mean, I don't drive. Did you know I can't drive, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't even know how expensive that is. I know in Europe it's like crazy expensive.
Yeah, Malaysia, for the vehicle itself, it's expensive, but fuel is subsidized. So
Okay.
yeah.
Can we circle back to the story?
Well, it's not really a dating story, but I knew
Luckily.
of someone, yeah, and then we were chit-chatting, but the audacity of this person to actually be broadcasting the fact that they've been apprehended by the police before, I was like, how does this help your case?
Yeah, but I think the reason why sometimes the
Yeah.
person shared that story with you because they felt that you are the person who won't judge and who would understand.
Yeah, that was what he said. And I think he was saying it to try and impress me. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm not your
I don't think
therapist.
impressed. I think they said it to explain their behavior or to explain why
Possibly.
they are so screwed up, basically,
Yeah.
damaged.
Yeah. But
It didn't help.
for me, obviously, it doesn't help. Like, there is a fine line between making a mistake versus actually,
Being evicted.
yeah.
Oy.
So for me, no. Even to stay as friends, it's not something that I would meddle with in that sense. It is my prejudice, but that's my limit.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when you shared that story with me, and I was like, yeah, I think that's too much.
Definitely.
The plot developed too much. For me, it's not too rough. For me, it's like, for example, if I would know if the person is not loyal, I know that they are cheating.
Okay.
Regardless of the status, I would probably be like, oh, I don't trust people.
Okay. Ethically, like value-wise, you know that you don't align.
Let's move on.
Have you ever been surprised by someone's baggage? Not like a deal breaker sense, because we've spoken about that.
Could be in a good way too. But that's the question. I don't necessarily think that all the baggage we carry is negative. I think that we all have stories and we are so unique. And sometimes when something bad happens to you, you can find the good thing in it and basically like a phoenix rise from above. Oh, romanticizing. But something that would surprise me when people go through something very dark and then they still enjoy their life and they do not make it the main story of their life. For instance, I had a friend who went through abuse. She could make it like a label forever, but she turned it into her PowerPoint. She
Her
made
source
it,
of strength.
yeah, basically. I think that what surprised me about people in general. How
Yeah, I
about you?
think people are very resilient. I don't think I would necessarily be surprised because baggages are closed. They're meant to stay closed. So if you discover something about someone, you shouldn't be surprised because everyone has it.
True. Do you think we should unpack the baggage with anyone except for therapist?
I mean, socially, it's like a dance, right? One person does one move, the other person reciprocates. If one person starts unpacking something, you would offer up something in return. I sound so cold, but that's basically it,
No, that
right?
makes
In
sense.
a conversation.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, if someone decides that, oh, I think that's the right time
To show.
I need to share a little bit about me, like a little bit of this vulnerability to gain his or her trust,
Yeah.
that person would often give it back.
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah.
think that we are there to cure each other's
No,
traumas.
definitely
That's
not.
wrong. But to share, to unpack, to show a little bit that hey, I'm a human too. That's nice.
Yeah. And of course, at an appropriate level
Oh,
based
yeah.
on how close you are. You don't get to know someone one day and just pour everything on their head.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, that's too much. But yeah, if you could leave one bag behind and never carry it again, would you?
I would definitely leave this country home situation behind. And I think like for many years I would say that, yeah, I don't care. But I do. I do to the extent when it's Christmas and everyone go home and I'm like, okay, let me see where I want to go this time. So I would like to kind of leave that behind for real and not just pretending that I don't care.
And go see your family.
Yeah. My mom told me once I was crying and I was like, I don't have home. And then my mom said, no, you do. It's just different. It's just something you can't go there as many times as you can, but it's your home. Yeah, anyways. How about you?
To leave one bag behind. I think the idea that you would be judged if you're not good at something. and I'm already in the process of leaving it behind. And it feels really nice to learn and pick up something as an adult and not be good at it, but still enjoy it. Like, that's the point.
That's connected to being this perfectionist A+ girl who's like, no, I don't have to be perfect all the time, basically.
Yes. And to leave that behind, I think it leaves so much room to breathe.
Yeah. It takes a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it takes all
like
the pressure off.
Like you literally carry this huge backpack.
Yeah. And it affects so many facets of your life because with all the recent motor skills that I picked up, I'm not really good at it, but I still try and I still do it anyway.
Resilience.
That resilience, yeah. I feel like that's a theme today. But at the same time, yesterday I was in my kitchen sawing up a security tag. Do you want to know why?
What? Yeah? What happened? I just left you for one night. What happened?
So I went thrifting.
Without me. Okay.
I stopped by the thrift store and I got this really cute skirt, by the way. Mm-hmm. You'll see it soon. But I did not realize that the store did not take off the magnetic security tag.
How did you leave the store? It should be beeping then.
I think because it's a thrifted piece of clothing, it might be that the previous owner did not remove that.
And they didn't notice.
Yeah. Even if I went back to the thrift store, they wouldn't have the right magnet thing.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
That's screwed up.
Yeah, so I just picked up my phone and Googled, how do you remove one? And I did it in my kitchen.
Did you cut it in pieces?
Yeah. So all I had to do was saw off a portion.
Yeah.
And then once the spring has been released, I can easily remove it.
You'll have to show it to me later because now we can shoplift. Kidding. I'm kidding.
The skills that I've been picking up. Yeah.
Now I want to go thrift store shopping.
Huh. So yeah, I wouldn't have done that like in the past, but for me, I was just like, oh, let me see what I can do. Yeah, even if I fail, so what? You know.
It also says a lot about you in a way. What we were talking about before, you can do it on your own.
Yeah, you just have to find a way.
Yeah. Shall we have a little pause and just come back with a bit of a game?
Yeah. So see you in a bit.
See ya. This is Unmarked.
Nika suggested this game and I thought it was quite cute. It's check in or carry on.
Tell me you're a teacher without telling me you're a teacher.
But basically, if you're following a prompt, would you carry it on, meaning you would carry it with the rest of your life, right?
Yeah, so carry on. You're not afraid to show it to others and you carry it on along the way. Whilst check-in luggage is when you decide to leave it.
Okay.
And do not carry with you.
So in this case, the airline will lose your baggage.
True. Luckily. For the first time, we're happy about lost luggage.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Carol.
The first one. I don't want to be too much baggage.
We have to be honest. I would carry on that one.
Carry on meaning?
I would keep it.
You would keep it, like because, you don't want to be too much.
Yeah, because I think it's a part of my personality. I never want to be extra. And let's say if someone invites me for coffee at home, like a visit, I would be like sitting in the corner, like, it's okay, don't worry about me. I don't want to be like a big of a problem for you and stuff like that. People pleasing again.
I think I will check it in. I would want to be me.
Yeah. Let's say I invite you over to my family. Would you be yourself like you are with me now, or you would still be a bit like humble, a bit like...
Okay, but that one has one more layer of factor in it, which is older people. And in general, we want to be a little bit more respectful.
And we want to have good impression.
I can't be cracking the same jokes, can I?
Well, you can try.
But with similar aged peers, I think, I would just be me. Yeah.
Okay.
Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it. Let me put it this way. I want to leave it behind. I want to check it in and I want the airline to lose it. And now I still have it. Let me phrase it this way.
No, because with my previous relationship as well, so much has been built upon the fact that, oh, I'm this very low maintenance person. And I don't want to carry that forward.
Do you want to be high maintenance?
I will be high maintenance in my own way. And they will have to find a way to deal with that. Just as how I would deal with their maintenance.
Because if you make a choice to stay with a person, you're there fully.
Yeah. I want flowers.
You heard that. I also want flowers. Next one. Keeping the door open baggage. Okay, on this one, let's just explain because it's a big topic. What do you mean? For example, I understand it not romantically, actually. I have a dream to live in a certain place in the world, and I cannot get there. Okay. So even though I know it's not possible, I would always have that door open in case. So
carry on.
Then carry on.
Yeah. Me too. I will carry it on. I think I would be queen of keeping doors open because I never clean my Instagram anyway. But at the same time, I don't believe in people changing, so I don't know why I'm doing that.
But it's okay. There is beauty in disguise. Yeah. So it's like about that.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah.
The third one, people-pleasing baggage.
I want to check it in so much. I want to leave it behind. I don't like it. It's really not fun because I'm getting to the age when I'm not the teenager. I'm not even in my early 20s anymore. If I have the opinion, it's okay. That's my opinion. Well, it's not like I don't care about what people say, but I stand my ground and I don't want to please someone just because I want to fit in the bubble or whatever.
Yeah, I will check it in too. There must be a way to hold your own limit, your own boundary without being disrespectful.
Good. Okay. Trust issues baggage. Struggling to trust when someone hasn't given you a reason not to. I don't have trust issues.
I definitely do.
Who hurt you? My dear.
It is in nature for people to always put themselves first.
If they didn't give you a reason not to trust.
I wouldn't trust until they gain my trust.
If you choose to be with me, find a way, basically. Or prove me that I should trust you, that I should trust my heart to you.
Yeah, something like that. Even this was one of my favorite debates, like about altruism in psychology, whether people are truly good-natured. But if you think about it, even feeding a stray, you do it because you want to feel good, because you feel good after. True. You want to stop feeling bad about that animal not having something to eat. That's why you're motivated to help them.
Yeah. I think we are just generally very selfish creatures.
Yeah.
Which I think it's not necessarily something not healthy. That's what I tell kids, for example. I say, you should always take care of the most important person in your life. Yeah. And they all say, our mom. And I said, no, you take care of yourself first. And then if you are okay, everything else will be okay.
I'm not criticizing this nature of ours because whatever it is, the action counts, right? True. So with whatever motivation you have to help someone else or something else, that is good.
Yeah.
But it's just that naturally I do not trust people. And therefore my label is I am self-sufficient.
And contradictive, apparently. I know. Parental approval baggage. Basically shaping your life around what you make your parents or your family proud. I think it depends where you come from.
Yeah.
Because in Slavic world, parents are everything. Mm-hmm. You would do no harm. You would sometimes maybe even lie about what is happening in your life just because you don't want to hurt them. How about this in Malay Chinese environment?
I think I'm lucky enough that my parents are very supportive in my career choice and my life choices right now. So in this sense, this baggage doesn't really apply to me because what I want aligns with what they approve of. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe one day it would be something that I have to think about.
It depends in a way how you communicate with your parents.
Yeah.
Because I think it's your parent and you're their child. They would love you and they would accept you no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one is basically my baggage. I'll just do it myself baggage.
Yeah. Carry on.
Yeah, I think I will carry it on, but not in the sense where I have to do it myself. If no one's there, knowing that you can do it yourself gives you
Yeah.
confidence.
I'm not disabled. I can do that.
Yeah.
But
help is welcome.
yeah. Flowers, still waiting.
Yeah.
Hello.
No, it's just more fun when you do things together.
True.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
This is yours.
Oh, yeah. Overthinking everything. I want to check it in. I don't want to have it anymore. It's really so bad. Reading in every text, tone, small shift in behavior, and then you just overthink everything. Not good.
Yeah, I think check in.
Yeah.
Not good
No.
in the long run. Okay. Avoiding conflict baggage. Choosing silence over honesty to keep peace.
I would always prefer honesty.
Okay.
So it means if we would have an uncomfortable conversation, I would keep myself shut just because I don't want to create even more tension. No. I would just go until like core problem, no matter how difficult and complicated that would be. So I would carry that on. You?
If it's someone I have to work with frequently, I would check it in and just sort it out as adults, like talk it out.
Yeah.
But if it's just a simple acquaintance, I'm like, yeah, whatever, just
Yeah.
carry it on, just stay silent.
Yeah.
For example,
People
if you
pleasing.
if you are at a restaurant, right, and there is a misunderstanding, sometimes I'm like, yeah, it's fine. You know?
I just
Just brush it off.
Yeah. I would
Because it
not
doesn't
make a
affect me
scene.
that much.
Fear of being alone baggage. Staying in situations longer than you should to avoid loneliness. I never had that. I check it in for sure. I never had this need to be with someone just because I'm lonely.
Yeah, I'm checking it in as well. I think I'm surprising myself with how much I enjoy my own company.
The older I get, the more I understand that I like being with people and doing something together, but I also enjoy my own company.
Yeah.
And it's
And-
like so fun.
Right now, I think every Sunday almost, it's just my own time.
Yep.
And I kind of look forward to Sundays.
Yeah, and also I don't plan anything. I'm just there. Yeah. Okay,
And
last one.
the last one, emotional walls baggage. Struggling to open up even when you genuinely like or trust someone.
That one is tricky. It depends. Right? It depends who what's on gender. Let's say if it's a potential partner of your life, then I would open up slowly. For example, in our friendship, I would not put all of my traumas on you because I feel like then there are certain things that are in the past and telling it to you with what purpose? Then I don't know. Would that make sense?
Yeah.
What
To
do
be
you think?
honest, even though I'm not as emotional, I have no problem in telling others about these issues that I've had. I don't think I have much else that I haven't told you, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
open book.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
But also I think if you talk about that, that means you've passed that, you healed.
So
It
you
doesn't
are
hurt.
okay talking about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So for me, I think I have already checked that in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say I would check it in because I think it's generally not nice to bring up. I mean, work on yourself, heal your wounds, move on.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anyone who makes your baggage feel lighter?
Oh, yeah.
And people who make your baggage feel heavier?
Yeah, I mean, definitely people around me. Sometimes even our conversations make my baggage lighter.
Everyone has their own baggage.
Yeah.
And you may not even want to exchange baggage with that person.
Yeah. But I also think I like humanity for this, that AIs and robots will never have that. Because we help each other just talking, or just, I don't know, we help each other carry this baggage without even thinking, or without plotting. I have some agenda on you, Carol, because I want to know something more about you so that I can use that later. It's not like that. It's just natural learning some more things about each other.
I wouldn't exchange my suitcase with anyone. Definitely. I'm happy with mine.
I think it depends, certainly, on what suitcases you have behind you.
With that, we want to go to...
The homework section.
Yeah.
And this week...
We only have 2 because we want to keep your bags light.
True.
Fewer homework people.
True. Shall we start with listening to make it a bit more fun? It's the oldie song again. It's Etta James' song. It's called Something's Got a Hold on Me.
Okay.
It's very dancey, jazzy. It says a lot about like how much we carry and how much we should just, come on, throw it away.
Your bag is stuck with you?
Yeah.
Oh, and to throw it away.
How about you? What recommendation do you have this week?
This has nothing to do with baggage, but it has everything to do with coffee.
Yeah, my favorite.
Yes.
Keep up.
So this popped up in my feed suggestions the other day, and I was like, oh, interesting, because it's talking about how coffee has been tasting different depending on the climate. As the climate changes, the acidity and the flavors of coffee as well as cacao would actually change, and it's been impacting the coffee taste. If you do notice that your favorite cup of coffee is kind of tasting different now,
That's because of
yeah,
where
you're
you
not
are.
just imagining it.
Yeah.
The beans are actually different.
Interesting watch.
And it's not a long watch. I think it's only 10 minutes.
We don't have time for anything that is longer than 10 minutes. We discussed that. We don't even have time now to read, and that's
Exactly.
really a pity.
Yeah.
Where can they find us, Carol?
They can find us at unmarked.pod on Instagram or unmarked.pod@gmail.com.
Please share your stories with us. Maybe you have some baggage. Maybe you can resonate to anything we were talking about. Give us a review, 5-star, and come back to us next week. This week, that was Nika and
Carol,
that was...
Unmarked.